I believe that amend, right, repairing is for us.
For sure.
You know, there is a selfishness because we get to not live in our shame. We get to repair. We get to ask for forgiveness, admit we were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How can we make it up to the person? But we get to walk across the street with our head held high.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the #1 mental health and addiction podcast, The Hopeaholics. I am your girl, Natalie Eva Marie, and these are my boys.
I'm Chad.
Hi, I'm Shane.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow us on our socials and wherever you get your podcasts.
Got a new episode dropping every Monday and Thursday. Please come check it out.
This episode is brought to you by the Infinity Group. You guys, if you or a loved one is suffering, please call us today. The number is right here on the screen. We are here for you 24/7. Now, let's get into the episode.
Adam, welcome to the Hopeaholics Podcast. She just started the...
We're live.
We are
we're
live.
actually live.
We're live,
now.
baby. Okay.
We're recording, and yeah, that's our intro right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we roll.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, welcome.
So say that again, what you were just saying. You guys, some people in the recovery community are passing this?
Yeah, Hopeaholics, for sure. The show is making a dent.
Nice.
The show's making a dent. You know, I'm on the East Coast.
Nice.
Yeah, and this one is one that resonates with us.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Well, you guys go over everything, which is where we need to be today.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be so in our own box, which I'm very comfortable in my box.
Sure.
What we were just talking about.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable. But, you know, you guys are going over mental health and it's just the whole gamut of what's going on out there. So it's it hits a lot of different audiences that we're affected by.
Yeah.
I think it's because we believe in like so many variations and including sobriety, but also too, it's a very much mind, body, soul, and that's for everybody, addict or non-addict. It's like I truly believe in health is wealth, and that is like a 3-pronged, just like the triangle.
Yeah.
It's like if you have to physically move your body, but you have a spiritual thing that you need to grasp onto as well, or else you will inevitably, which I think that we are seeing now today in social media, a lot of people that are struggling there with something, you know, whether it's a higher power, mine is God, his is God, but something.
Mine is God too, by the way. We could just make that equal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we're not, you know, like I found my relationship with God through Narcotics Anonymous, because the God that I grew up with at the denomination of the Christian religion that I grew up in was very scary. And there's no way that he loved an addict like me, is what I was taught, right?
The devil is a lie.
Yeah. And Narcotics Anonymous, third step, really showed me that there's a different God out there. It's the same one that I always believed in, but what I believe is different.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way, by the way.
That he actually can and does. And then if you actually dive into the New Testament, who the heck do you think Jesus was hanging out with?
Us.
Us.
Yeah.
Us.
Like us.
Oh, we would have been boys.
Oh, for sure. I said he would have kicked it with us, no problem.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Would have been boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were his people.
Yep.
This episode is brought to you by Wolfpack Bags. This gear is meant for anybody gym, lifestyle, to anybody that's on the move. I mean, I like to say that us here and everybody that tunes in, we're not average. We're always a wolf. They have all the goods that you need, especially for anybody that is looking for a bag to carry their meal prep, a lunch pail, anything like that. They have you covered. So once again, go to wolfpack.com, use the code Hopeaholics, save 10%, and join the pack.
I just read the whole book of Matthew over the last month. That was like my thing. I was like, I dove into Matthew, which is great because like that's like Jesus's story.
Yeah.
And and then today I was like, I don't want to go to the next book because it's kind of the same stuff over and over again. So I jumped over to Acts, and Acts is the beginning of Christianity, and I like that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You skipped the other 3 gospels. You just went Matthew to Acts.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. I'll go back.
Of course.
But I wanted something different.
Yeah.
For this month.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's where I'm at. So
It's a healthy place.
where are
Yeah.
you from?
From Boca Raton, Florida. Well, originally from Jersey.
Okay.
Originally a
Okay.
kid from Jersey.
Brothers, sisters.
I got a younger sister.
Okay.
Does not have what we have. You know what I mean? She has her own stuff,
Sure, of course.
but doesn't have what we have, thank God.
Mm.
And pretty much, my roots are in Jersey. I matured, let's say like high school,
Yeah.
middle school, high school in South Florida. Still having strong roots to the Northeast. And that's also where I got clean and sober, down in South Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I noticed on here that you grew up, and I'm going to coin the fat kid.
Yeah.
Because you didn't fit in. And so I say that because he has this like complex of being the fat kid as well.
I still am the fat kid.
In your head.
Yeah, the fat kid still lives.
He's
But-
alive and well, right?
He's not dead. He was here yesterday. Chilling,
I know,
Chilling
but-
with me.
For sure. I think we all have that innerness a little bit, but that fat kid now, and
Ain't that
I
fat
like
anymore.
to, well, not only that, but I think now it's like my innerness is a fucking dog.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
grateful for that fat kid.
Yeah.
Though. I do want to say that
Resilience.
because I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the people that made fun of me in elementary school, because it really made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at the guys that used to make fun of me in elementary school, and like I'm 51 now, and they are fat, old, and ugly. And I don't mean to. I'm
Dad.
not dissing. The ugly part was too much.
Yeah.
He's not judging.
I
He's just
know.
observing.
I'm not judging. This is the other thing. This is the other thing my sponsor used to always say. I miss this dude. He was great. And he was like a real gangster, like, cholo dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hardcore.
25
Okay.
years in prison. type deal.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me, I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging them.
No.
They might be happy as a loon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm not that.
He's just observational.
Observational.
But when you are that kid, when you are going through it, it's a really rough go because you are a child and wanting to be. I mean, I think all of us too, because we have the ism. So we naturally want to be people pleasers. We naturally want to fit in. We want people to like us, or at least I do. But I'm sitting around fellow addicts and alcoholics that are one and the same, and that's kind of like something that we all kind of suffer with. So I can only imagine. And I'm sitting across from me. I definitely don't see a fat kid. You are in shape. You look fantastic. So it's like,
Thank you.
what kind of happened for you? Were you really a fat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my girl asks me that too sometimes. But I bet you we could both find pictures, right?
Sure.
That kid
I
still
got
fuels us. It fuels us
Yeah, I got
today.
one.
He's in there. But no, I was really the fat kid.
Okay.
When I was growing up around the time of the 80s, there was a movie called The Goonies out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Kids would have me do the chunk
Yep.
shuffle. My dad called me El Chubbo, not meaning,
Of course.
he wasn't meaning to.
No.
Be. It's too PC nowadays.
Sure, of course. And
I was El Chubbo.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was just calling it like it was.
Yeah.
He was just saying. He was just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
But it gave me a very extroverted, charismatic personality, because the idea was to make people laugh with me instead of laugh at me. And I wanted to be seen with gracious eyes and with approval, not with the way I looked.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated the way I looked. I just absolutely hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And it fueled me. It absolutely fueled me. So when we moved from New Jersey down to Boca Raton, Florida, where you could have your shirt off every day and be at the beach, and I would wear a T-shirt, in the pool, and it
Yep.
would still suck to my fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me, man. You're telling my story over
Yeah.
here, bro.
And I remember maybe same thing with you. I just remember one day I'd had it, probably helped us with the third step. But I had it, and I made a decision I wasn't going to look like this anymore. And at the time, my idols were Sylvester Stallone
Sure.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And,
Yeah.
and my mom bought me my first weight set, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding and Flex magazine and Muscle and Fitness, magazine. Everything was magazines back then. And nutrition wasn't as well known as it is now. So we stopped going to McDonald's for my 6-piece chicken McNugget and Coke and large fry. And she grilled me chicken and I eat an apple. But in 4 short years, I went from being the fattest kid in the class to the best built kid in the class.
Wow.
I went from, guys asking me, hey, how many Oreos did you eat last night, to like, yo, man, how much can you bench press?
Yeah.
The girls liked me. So everything on the outside changed except me.
Yeah.
I was still that insecure class clown, laugh with me, please don't laugh at me. But with the muscles and the coordination now, I was able to play with the older kids. And the older kids were experimenting. And, it wasn't peer pressure. And there was something, in our generation, there was something cooler about older kids. I think social media is almost like neutralized everything. But back then they had more permission.
Totally.
They had cars before us. They could stay out later.
Yep.
So I felt cool.
Yeah.
And all I know, guys, was, they passed it. I drank it. And it fixed something inside of me that I did not know was broken. It fixed it, whatever that was. And I was so disassociated. I was always living in my head. I literally remember looking at my body for the first time being like, oh, like I wasn't there. And realizing, okay, I'm a leader. I wasn't cocky. I wasn't arrogant. I wasn't mean. I didn't become that guy. I just became confident. Superman came out. And I chased that with everything I knew how. I was the first kid in high school with a fake driver's license. It would work out in the boonies. I went to Arizona State University because it was the #1 party school in Playboy and Penthouse magazine, which it was. Yeah, ASU. And I dominated there. And, I don't know when. We all say this, right? I really don't know when. I really don't know where. But that invisible line from an unhealthy dependency to an addiction happened. And the rest was history. Fueled by that fat kid.
Of course.
My fueled by that fat kid.
Right? Fueled.
Mine was a little bit different because in 8th grade, what happened for me and the older kids, I rode motorcycles and I grew up in this really cool town. But the older kids were selling weed and I was smoking weed already in 8th grade. And I went to go pick up some weed and the guy was out and he goes, I got this stuff called speed. And I was like, what's that? Let me try it. So he gave me a bag of speed. I went home and snorted it. It was everything. It was everything I had ever been missing in my life. I didn't want to eat. See, I hated weed. I mean, I liked the feeling of weed. I liked laughing and having a good time. But I was already fat. So then I'd be freaking stuck in the damn refrigerator eating cookies and Twinkies. And my mom didn't hold back. Like I grew up, and we had some cash flow. And we had stocked everything. We had the double Sub-Zero freezers. We had a pantry the size of Emily's little office over there full of chips and whatever. We used to go to this place called Fedco and just load it up.
So you would get the munchies.
Oh, man.
And it would just fuel. But so you started speed in 8th grade.
Yeah. In the summer after 8th grade, I was full-blown addicted. And I left my private school and went to public school. And during that summer, I lost all the weight. And I went from being the fat kid to the most attractive kid in 9th grade.
Yeah, shredded.
Because of drugs.
100%.
And so if you think for a second that I didn't think drugs worked, they did work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back then, until they didn't.
Amphetamines.
Huh?
The amphetamines work.
Yeah, they did.
Suppress that appetite.
Yep.
But I think also too, I mean, when you're a fat kid or feeling like that, it gives you compassion and so that you're not this like cocky dick also. So it's
100%.
like it's also later on great because there's nothing worse than the guy that's just a dick to everybody,
Because he knows he's the shit.
And it's like, no, you're not. Sit down because everybody should be treated with kindness.
Yeah, I do think that. Did you suffer any?
I wasn't
like
a fat
weight or
I wasn't a fat kid. I was
or...
just like super insecure. I was just like very much a extrovert and sports was like my thing, but I was always not well. like inside, but I was really good at hiding it, and like the only one that really knew what was happening and what a big of a like nutcase I was my poor mom, you know, because I would be having like breakdowns at home, but like to the exterior, it looked like I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And so it was like very much a double life that I lived for a really long time until now. But when you were at ASU, like what was that part in your life where you were like, okay, I have now officially crossed over?
Oh my God. So I don't know about you guys. There was a time period, and it's like a train.
Sure.
And you could hear the train from far away, and then but you hear each whistle stop. So like one whistle stop was people, you know, the night after the night, you know, telling me, Adam, do you know what you did last night? And then you know, you wave that off, and then the train gets a little closer. There's another whistle.
Sure.
And that was my DUI.
Sure.
You know, and then there's another whistle, you know, and it was, you know, an argument with somebody.
Sure.
Like, dude, what's going on with you? And then before you know it, the thing smacks you. And it just was constant. I needed something in my system at all times. Something in my system. If I wasn't drinking, I need something to get me up. If it wasn't up, I need to take something to get me down. And then, you know, uppers, downers, laughers, screamers, and you know that carried right into my career. I always needed something to pharmaceutically make me feel okay in that hour.
So you were pretty high functioning then. You were able to graduate ASU?
Yeah, barely, but you know.
Yeah, but you got through.
Got through somehow.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
see
ASU
this-
just wanted me out. You know, they're like,
Yeah. Get this kid out of here.
yeah.
I see this right here. I mean, and I was a non-functioning addict, so this is pretty impressive right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Multi-million-dollar business, family, sculpted life, outward success while struggling with addiction, despite struggling.
Guys, everything was the outside, right? Like what we learned is the fact everything was the outside. So I had to be the image.
Yeah.
And nobody could see how we felt inside. So if I could look the part, act the part, be charismatic, know where everything was in business, bring home the paycheck, take care of all the responsibilities, then my MO was, who the fuck are you to tell me anything's wrong with my life? I don't know if you guys had that protective mechanism.
Of course.
You know what I mean, because I always thought there was some unwritten agreement. You know, we don't talk about what I'm doing back here because I'm performing very, very high, and I don't bring up your stuff.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't walk up to somebody and be like, when was the last time you were on a treadmill? I would never say that.
Right.
So what gives you the right to come up to me and say, you know, you really tied one on last night? It was, I just thought there was some unwritten agreement there. But everything was for the show. Sure. Everything was to make everything appear okay because inside I was dying.
I kind of think it's a fallacy that we also lie to ourselves where it's like, okay, as long as I get the job, the money, the wife, the spouse, the kids, the whatever, then it's going to like fill that void that we chase for the bottle, the pill, whatever it may be. And then it's like you put this facade and you actually achieve those things and it's still not it. And then you're left with ultimately a huge bummer, which is ourselves.
Right. And that hole in the soul.
Yeah.
That the three of us know.
Yeah.
You know, there's only one thing that fits in there.
Yeah.
And that was, by the way, that was my bottom. My bottom was not financial or anything like. My bottom was I went black.
Yeah.
And what was the point? What was the point to anything? Government is nonsense. My sports are rigged. What? It's just a bigger house. It's another car. It's another, you know, sales in the company. It's another kid. Another, like, I just went like, what's the point of life?
Right.
And I went into an alcoholic fit, never physical, but just saw red.
Yeah.
And stayed like that for 2 or 3 days, and then my intervention came, and the whole journey began.
Your family?
It's a pretty good treatment center. I know that one. I've been around a long time. I know a lot about the Hanley Center.
Yeah, they're like you guys.
Yeah.
They're like you guys. They're about reputation, and they're about the client, and they're about getting well. Again, 12-step based.
Sure.
Not saying that we don't bring in different modalities if your brain just can't comprehend that, but they're always going to sprinkle it in.
Yep.
So, right, similar feel. And I went into the Hanley Center. So let's say like Hope by the Sea. I went in with this idea that it was like prison.
Yeah.
And I had 10 days. They said, like, let's see if you have this thing. Because I kind of was like a little argumentative during my intervention. And I went in that
Who did the intervention?
A guy named Michael Walsh, who's still like a guardian angel in my life.
Did your family seek them to come?
So you had a real interventionist come.
Oh, real interventionist. It came. And it really, actually, it was my ex-wife.
Okay.
My ex-wife was the one that was like, he needs help.
Got it.
To everybody else, when you're putting on the image, everyone else was kind of like, is he really that bad?
Sure.
But she saw.
Yeah, of course.
She saw
sees behind the mask.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. And I agree to go for 10 days.
Nice.
I go in with this idea that I'm going to be the most dedicated, disciplined, determined, patient that they've ever seen. And from day one, everything backfired. Everything that they taught me, the disease of alcoholism, inner child, make the appropriate face with the appropriate motion. I had one face, that bullshit, like,
yep.
I'm always, I want to kill you.
Yeah.
You're really saying this. But
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Totally.
I love that face.
Just,
works really good in business.
Works great. In business.
Yeah.
And then the spiritual components started happening. And I was taught about spiritual fitness, and that you could see healthy spirituality versus unhealthy spirituality, and that we're all born with all the spirituality we're ever going to get, and that spirituality are like muscles, and you can't get more of it. So you can't get like another deltoid, another bicep, another tricep. You know what I mean? But what you can do is make what God gave you, you can make it bigger, faster, stronger. And I'm thinking, I'm so wrapped up in this. I think he's talking directly to me because of the muscles. These lectures for me. But I started understanding, okay, you can make your spirituality healthy like that. And you can see unhealthy spirituality versus healthy spirituality. Healthy, there's like us, there's a white in the eyes, there's a glow, you seem to find your words, there's a celebration of life. And then unhealthy, you can see it when someone checks in, there's gloom.
Don't make eye contact.
No eye
looking
contact.
Down.
Can't find their words.
Right.
Maybe a little vibe of like they're hiding or lying.
Sure.
And I was that guy.
Yeah.
And I made an appointment with this. His name was Father Ron Bersha, this Catholic priest. I made an appointment with him as soon as I could, because whatever he was selling, I was buying. Sit with him in his office, and he asks me point blank, do you believe in God? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a Jew from Jersey. You know what I mean? I'm sitting with a Catholic priest.
Wild.
And I know what he wants to hear.
Sure.
Like, yeah, of course. And I pull out the chairs for old ladies, and I always use good manners, and he's law of attraction. And woo. He's like, okay. He calms me down. He goes, do me a favor. Will you stick your arm out? So I stick my arm out to the Father, and he goes like this with me. He touches me like that. And he goes, do you see what I did there? So I look at my arm, I look at the Father, I look at my arm, I'm like, Father, I'm sorry, I don't see anything. He does it again. He goes, do you see what I did this time? So I'm studying my arm. I look at the Father, I study my arm. I'm like, yeah, Father, I'm Jewish. Maybe there's a disconnect between him and I. And he does it again. He goes, do you see what I did this time on your arm? And now I'm getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I start using humor, and I'm like, Father, I heard about you guys, little boys. And he starts laughing, and he turns the lights off in his office, and it goes pitch black. And he takes a UV light out and puts it on my arm, and there are all of his fingerprints glowing in purple. All of his fingerprints. And he goes, Adam, do you think you can believe in a power that you can't see, taste, touch, none of the 5 basic senses, that's guided you, protected you, and brought you here to me today? And I'm staring at these fingerprints, and I'm like, Father, I can believe. Turns the lights back on. They disappear. I'm like, oh, do it again. Like a magic trick. And he does it again. And
wow.
this Catholic priest took this Jew from Jersey and he unplugged me from the matrix. And this spiritual journey really began. Like, because I was like you. Now I'm a Jew that believes in a Jewish Messiah, and,
Sure.
and but
So I grew up Seventh-day Adventist. I don't know if you know anything about them, but they are literally Jews that believe in Jesus, that believe in the New Testament. Everything, like we go to church sundown on Friday night, sundown on Saturday night. No bottom feeders, all the stuff.
Yeah. Well, he was the best of us. He was the best of us. But my idea and my version of God from what I got being Jewish and going to Sunday school was an angry God from the Old Testament. And I thought there was no way. The same thing you thought, I thought. Like, if there's a heaven, I'm not going in.
Yeah. So same.
Same
like,
rules.
I mean, it's funny too, because the Catholic religion
They're
is
gnarly.
that too.
Yeah, Catholics are
Catholic,
wild.
Seventh-day Adventist.
But like, I don't have, my God is gangster and funny and amazing. Chit chats with me all the time. He knows that I swear. I don't mean it, but I like to, and he's okay with that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sad that religion
That's Jesus.
puts, yeah.
And that's how he is, man. That's how he was.
Yeah.
But he's like, if you read the word, it's like he's the most loving, forgiving. Like, each one of us are made specifically for his purpose. Like, there's no mistakes in this world.
I try to live by his example. I fall short a
For
lot.
sure. Me too.
Every day. Man.
Every day. But that's the role model.
Yeah.
That's who we're trying to be like. And, sometimes you have to, what he would call those rabbis hypocrites because they were, they're saying one thing, and look, we know it from recovery too. I know elder statesmen that they're preaching this and doing this, but the way they treat their wives or the way they pay their taxes, so I just do my best every day to stay in my lane.
Totally.
Help the next soul.
But I love the fact that that story is like pretty powerful because you have a Jewish kid from Jersey in there with a Catholic priest.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more like wild than that, asking him, do you believe in God? And you're like,
And I couldn't bullshit my way
Yeah.
out of it. I couldn't, which I'm very comfortable doing.
Yeah.
I could not bullshit my way out of that one. And that's when I really believe that moment was when the journey really began.
Because it just opened you up to the possibility and the
Yeah.
willingness of something different than what you had already probably had this idea of, that like non-forgiving, judgmental, harsh God that is not real. It's a lie. But if you're told that, or if you believe that for so long, it takes someone to open that channel up for you to now all of a sudden have some type of new spiritual experience and journey of your own understanding.
You just made me emotional. Yeah, that's exactly right. And with that experience, I was able to do the third step prayer, understanding, like going, okay, he's all around me. None of my 5 basic senses, guiding me, protecting me. Yeah, I can turn my will and my life over to the care of this thing. I can do that,
Yeah.
Then I'm being like, well, how do I do it? Well, you do the 4th step. Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
When you went in that first time, was that the start of your journey that you were now on? Because I'm looking here right now, and July 14th, you're coming up on 19 years.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's next week.
That was the moment. That was the moment.
One and done?
One and done.
Good for you.
Thank you. And look, here's the thing that I always like to tell people, because we all have our own
Of course.
story, but I've relapsed many, many times on emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Many times on, my girl Emily behind you, if she's seen it, on fear, anxiety, worry. Worry is like, boy, oh boy, like I really want to tone that one down.
Yeah.
As much faith as I have. But my emotions are where my relapses are.
Sure.
So I didn't pick up a drink or a drug, but how long was I suffering for?
Right.
Yeah.
until you come crawling back
Until
and start doing the work, whatever that may be, if it's hitting meetings or talking to a sponsor or doing step work or opening up the Bible. It requires, like, this shit is not just like we're healed and we get about our business. It's like a daily reprieve. Like,
it
literally.
truly is.
It totally
says that
is.
right there in the Alcoholics Anonymous book. I mean, we have a spiritual malady.
Mm-hmm.
They can do as much studying on our brains and the disease of addiction, but the truth is, like, I have the disease, the dis-ease. Like, it's a dis-ease, you know, and I want to shove everything that I can into that God-sized hole that is unhealthy for me, because for a second it does fill something, but it never fills the void like God does.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I say God, I want to be clear with, I like being clear with our audience, because just because I am what do you say, what do you call yourself, because I like that, because that's what
follower of Christ.
a follower of Christ, because I don't really do religion. I don't do religion.
That's because humans mess up religion,
They
because they turn their
do.
back on people, and that's not how Jesus was.
We mess up everything.
100%, including AA meetings and NA meetings and stuff, because they turn their back on people, or they want to point the finger, or, you know, make people feel already enough more shame than they already do if they do relapse and make it back in the room. When it's like, it says it in the Bible, Jesus will leave the 99 to go get that one. So we should do the same when they come back in the room. You praise them like, hell yeah, you're back. Let's go. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know?
And I really like to be clear on the fact that, like, just because that's where I'm at in my spiritual journey doesn't mean that that's where you have to be at.
Totally.
Nor am I trying to shove any of mine down anybody's throat. It's literally just believe in something that's
Other than
greater than
yourself.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's it.
if you're in pain and you're, you know, picking up the phone, or you're sitting in a meeting, or you're whatever is going on, your best thinking got you there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why not turn it over to something else? And like in the beginning, shoot, like God can be a group of drunks, man. It could be the people in the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Don't make a decision without running it by a couple people that are trusted within the meeting. That's a spiritual experience.
100%. Because you're getting out of yourself.
Totally.
You're getting out of yourself, even if it's a group of drunks and you're sharing something that you would normally keep secret
Sure.
Yeah.
and act on, and you cut it in half by trusting other people. And I think it builds that relationship with something greater.
Yeah.
Well, and also it does something, like you said, I love the analogy where it's like, you know, we're trying to fill that God-sized hole within us, right? But it's like, if you're not working on it, because I did the whole thing of I was sober, but then not really working my like spiritual connection and I wasn't spiritually fit, so therefore I was absolutely miserable. But it's like working out. I want I want to be filled with the Holy Spirit as much as I possibly can, so I got to work on that bitch every day.
Every day.
Because it will, all of a sudden, if you don't use it, you lose it. Same with the gym. Same with like your nutrition. All of the things that are good for you, if you don't do it on a like daily basis, they will slip, because that's just life. That's inevitable with every single human. So it's like, if you want the feelings that we like with negative substances, you have to do the same with all of the positive ones. And it's just work.
Agreed.
And it's daily. It's actually simple, though. It's not that hard. What do people do when they get up in the morning? Like, I made a decision because, like, I relapsed. I stayed sober for 9 years
That's a run.
on steps 1, 2, and 3
Okay.
because I was so afraid of step 5. I wasn't afraid of step 4 because step 4 is nothing. You just write it out.
Right.
So what? I could write it out on a piece of paper. No big deal. Step 5 was I had to admit to God, to myself, and to another human being the exact nature of my wrongs. And prior to doing step 5, I thought my wrongs were so disgusting, degrading, demoralizing, and that nobody in the world would accept me if they knew the shit that I did.
Wrong.
Isn't it also, I mean, I'm sorry that you had to go out, but, or taste, but also isn't it amazing after you do your step 5 and you realize I'm not that bad?
Yeah.
I've never felt more connected to another soul in my life.
Yeah.
And it gives
they've
you
done
power.
it too.
Yeah, totally.
like, I'm
like,
not that bad.
you're not totally.
I'm not as broken.
I mean, it's like there's nothing better than it, because nowadays, if you had my fourth step, my written fourth step, and you posted it on the internet for everybody to read, I'd still be okay.
Totally.
Yes.
Like, I would still be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Some people out there would judge me.
Cool. And then let's look at their fourth.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, do they
It's
want to
like,
put
do
their
you wanna put your shit out there?
fourth
Yeah.
out there?
And that's what it is.
It's
It's
actually
like,
a great idea, by the way.
I know.
Put all our 4 steps out there.
I mean, they're already out. They're out there, and like when we go, they get to be shown, and then
100%.
you know. But it's because that, man, because of that very moment, I'm a different man than I've ever been. Like that for me, and I know that everybody has their own stuff in the steps, but that was the biggest one, because I didn't have any other fear of any other step. And that was the first time in my life that I walked through something that I was terrified to do, which gave me strength beyond anything I've ever had before in my life. Right? It was like, I didn't fucking die. And guess what? I actually put a backpack down, and I remember falling on the ground by the time when I got home. And I was laying on the ground, and I was like, I've never felt so free in my life. And a lot of other people have that experience at step 9.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
But I had it there.
Which in the big book, a lot of it illustrates that a lot of people are going to have that experience. You're never going to feel so free. But of course, the 9th as well.
Yeah, the 9th is amazing because like that takes away the rest, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I still have, because I was like, when I'm reading the readings in the morning, there's still a few people on my list that I don't know where they are.
Same.
You know, and so I make a living amends on a daily basis, and I just don't repeat those behaviors. But eventually, you know, if they come, I'm ready.
100%. 100. And I really believe this. I believe that amend, right, repairing is for us.
For sure.
You know, there is a selfishness because we get to not live on our shame. We get to repair. We get to ask for forgiveness, admit we were wrong. How can we make it up to the person? But we get to walk across the street with our head held high.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, not carrying that burden anymore on our shoulders.
Which I think is the best thing about the program, is that it gives all of the little things that I think, the confidence, the self-esteem, because you're showing up for yourself and you're taking accountability for your actions, not the other guy. There's going to be some things that I remember going to the 4 step and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to write this motherfucker's name on. Like, fuck him, you know, or her or whatever. And it's like, no, that's not even what it is about. It's like, it has nothing to do
with them.
Right. And so to me, I think that's the beautiful thing, is like, you, without you realizing it, you're continuously doing, even though I want to like stomp and like cry about it, doing like all the work that's required. But once you do, you're doing all of these little like esteemable acts that are getting deposited back into yourself.
Yeah.
And then, which is instilling confidence, which then allows you to have that healthy glow, which allows you to have a nice conversation with somebody and look them in their eyes and be able to live a life that God intended you to live. Very purposeful and meaningful, as opposed to a broken, shameful individual that is walking around filled with like this guilt or remorse or inadequacy or insecurity. It's like, no, those are lies, and I'm sure maybe we've all made those like icky mistakes, but we're not hopefully trying to continue those behaviors.
Yeah.
And
that's actually what I love about the 9 step too. I like the fact that if we repair it, that we're able to say, okay, now you don't get to go, well, you remember 3 years ago,
Totally.
Adam, when you were off.
Nope.
No, I repaired that. We're moving forward. You could stay there.
For sure.
You
But
know,
I'm
you
not.
could stay in that memory all you want, but I'm moving on.
Yeah.
It's
great.
We made this right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we're blessed.
We are. That's
We're
why at
super
one point in
blessed.
time, it's like, no, we're the lucky ones, because we were able to realize that we have this disease, and then actually there's a solution to it. And that's like the crux of the podcast, is like, it's about hope. giving individuals that are tuning in and listening that, like, no, you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to feel like you're the only person that feels like a piece of shit, or that you want to take your life, or you did something so bad that no one's going to understand. I'll tell you what, not true. Us three sitting at the table, I guarantee we got some dirt, some shit that we would love to take to the grave, you know? But we relate to that. And we all relate to that, like, just demoralizing pain of just suffering and not wanting to live anymore. You are a perfect example of somebody where I think it is important, because relapse is a part of our story. And yes, you said that you relapse, like, emotionally, which I feel like is kind of a nature of the beast in sobriety as well. And that's why luckily we'll have the tools to navigate out of those dark valleys. But
you never picked up.
You never pick, exactly. And
I never picked up. Okay, yes.
And I think that's important for somebody to go into treatment and think, like, yes, they can be that one too.
Yeah, that's what's great, because here we get to tell this story to, whoever's listening, about that. If you are struggling, there's hope. You can tell a story to somebody that's struggling for the first time and reaching out, that there's hope and you can do this and you don't ever have to feel that way again.
Or pick up ever again. That's huge.
And here's the thing, because you know what? Interventions work. I just want to be clear about that.
Oh, yeah.
So an intervention, the way it's always described to me, is that, and again, I've worked in treatment. The only thing I've ever done in my life for the last 25 years of my life is worked in treatment. From the very bottom, driving a van, to where I'm sit today. But an intervention, is described to me, is that we're raising this person's bottom. You don't have to hit the same low that I hit. If we can spiritually and emotionally get you to a bottom without you hitting it on your own, we can open a door, like the door was opened for you, for a spiritual experience that got you sober before you died, or before you went to jail, or before you name it.
And he had all the things. You had the multimillion-dollar business, you had the wife, you had the shebang,
the whole show,
and you had to go, and an intervention got put on you. Like, that's why I love your story, because it's like, it's not just the ones that are where we lose everything and end up in jail. It's like, no, you had that shit. You had things that the things from the outside looking in, like, damn, he's doing it.
I had the whole show, guys. You know, if Instagram was out there, the whole thing it would have looked so great. But I was a shell, and I was dying, and I never was honest. I couldn't be honest. I didn't even know how. I didn't even know how. You know, if my ex-wife asked me if I took the garbage out, I'd be like, yeah, and I would wait for her to leave the room and then run and, like, take the garbage. Everything was just foreign to me. Mm-hmm. And the truth was, I was telling Emily, you know, my girlfriend that you guys met, that I'm in love with, like,
not our Emily.
Not your Emily.
Yeah,
but you know, but I really believe the longer I've stayed sober, I hope you guys agree with me with this, but this whole thing has been almost about remembering, like remembering who I am, who I really am, who you guys really were when you were born into the world, and remember whose I am. But, you know, all the emotions that I felt before I drank and used, then the emotions I felt, which was the catalyst to drink and use, then the emotions that I felt in sobriety, I started realizing, like, no, they're all the same. They're all this whole process has been an idea of remembering who I really am and why I'm in this world and whose I am. But, you know, I actually once thought it was, you know, to get good, or we're not bad people getting good, we're sick people getting well. Okay, to get well, or, you know, or I kept thinking, but this whole idea is, like, really to remember. And like you said, our primary purpose. Mm-hmm. You know, when we remember who we are, our job is to pass that on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long were you in treatment for?
28 days.
Okay.
28 days.
So
but that was the protocol back then.
He went from, it was.
Yeah.
Is Hanley still like that? Are they still? No, okay.
They've extended it quite a bit.
They've got PHP, IOP,
the whole
shebang.
The whole shebang.
You have to have the whole shebang now. You know, I've been in the treatment industry so long because I don't know if it was, what year did you go?
2006.
It was still a cash pay industry. You guys had to pay cash to go.
Straight
You
up.
didn't use your insurance.
No.
There was no insurance paying. I've been this long. 2002 is when 2001 is when I started in the industry. 2002 I had a treatment center of my own, a little 6-bed with my dad.
It's amazing.
That you're standing in today. It's called Hope by the Sea.
Which is very impressive, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But look, let's just also take the business part of it aside,
Sure.
right? I think the longer time you have in this community, the better.
Oh yeah.
Don't look at it as a punishment. Like, this is like all you have to do is worry about, going to a meeting, calling your sponsor, checking in with you guys. Like, you know what it's like to not have the serious responsibilities on your shoulders, where all you have to do is focus on you and your recovery. And your recovery it's like a part of your responsibilities. So many people we know, like if it was 20 days, they get out and they go right back to their old life.
It became it's a real revolving door at that. The recidivism rate and the relapse rate is extremely high in a 28-day program. Now, I do want to say that 2 things.
Sure.
I always think that Alcoholics Anonymous got this thing right way back, because this is a spiritual malady. It's not some kind of crazy brain disease, right? Yes, maybe our brain doesn't click we don't have a stop button. I agree with that. Now, they've done so much research on alcoholics and addicts in why we do what we do and how to try to combat it with medicine, right? Medicine. Now, you can get well with the 12-step program. I mean, it's proven. How many years? Almost 90 now, I believe. Years Alcoholics Anonymous has been around. Great program. The other thing that science got right, and with all these studies, and UCLA did a huge study way back in, like, say, 2006 on the brain. So we do so much damage to our brain with addiction and alcoholism that we almost completely shut off the frontal lobe. And it takes anywhere from 1 year to 18 months for that frontal lobe to completely start firing again. So you are so correct. Those are the 2 most important parts of getting well. Getting through the junk.
Yeah.
You can do it through 12 steps. There are other modalities, but finding some type of spiritual experience and longer term, because we need the brain to heal. It's like somebody who's had a traumatic brain injury. It takes a long time for that to heal. So we've got to get the frontal lobe firing, because what's the frontal lobe do? It gives us our judgment and our reasoning to make the right decision, to be able to say no to that crystal meth that's sitting right here on the table. Like, I don't want it. I'll blow it on the floor right now. There's no way.
Right. It says right in our literature, we were reborn. So how would you take care of a new baby? And I think the more time you can love that baby, the better.
Yeah.
I could share my story because it's my story.
Of course.
But I also got very blessed that I fell in love with this thing.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. So if you fall in love with something, it's not work.
Yeah.
I was the guy making as many meetings as I can.
90 and 90.
Yeah. I'll pick somebody up from the halfway house. I'll drive over here and I'll
And
make
that's
the
how
coffee.
it's done.
Yeah, I just fell in love.
Yeah.
I fell in love. But what about the guy that doesn't fall in love? I think the more time that you can give, the
Yeah.
better.
Right,
Yeah.
because you have no idea when that pathway is going to open for you to fall in love. At some point in time, it
You
does usually.
You know
click.
how long you need to go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, Natalie? Do you know how long?
No,
Until you love going.
That's a great answer.
I still don't love going,
Really? That's interesting.
but I don't not love going.
Yeah.
I take my ass because I like the feeling of it after. Just like I don't love going to the gym every day.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love the program because it's giving me more than I deserve.
Yeah.
So I will continue to take my ass to a meeting.
But when you go, you feel home.
Of course.
Okay, yeah. I thought
You know what I'm saying?
I thought maybe.
But like, I have some sobriety teachers that are like,
really
I love meetings, and I'm like, dude, really? Like,
gives
That's
you
because
You know?
that's because they're really new in sobriety.
Yeah.
Right,
and
give
that's
it some time.
Yeah, give it some time. They like going to meetings, but they may not actually love it yet.
Sure.
Like what I heard from you right now is that you love meetings because you love the way you feel when you're done with a
Yes.
meeting, but you don't like going.
Yeah, because it's like effort, and I'm a selfish jerk.
Yeah,
you know?
because
I
you'd
wanna
rather
stay
be
home,
at
I wanna do
home,
something else. I want to
dicking around, and we don't even know. Nobody really knows what Natalie does when she's at home. She told me the other day that she just runs in circles at home. So she's just
Hamster
doing circles in her house. So just like this. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, I will politely say it's none of my business. I will play.
It's entertaining.
That's another
for
podcast.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's a whole other show.
But at least you know
It's
where
called
you are.
that one's called
Yeah.
that one is actually called. We have a name for it. It's called the Nem Show.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah, join it. She's thinking about going live every morning at what time did I say? About shipping. What time do you get home from the gym? 7:30 ish.
Yeah.
About
7:30.
7:45.
Yeah.
So you'll be all showered and ready to turn on
entertain
yeah,
the world.
Hamster wheel. Here we
yeah,
go.
exactly. Hop on board.
Yeah.
for the next 44. Enjoy this 45-minute show before she gets to work, because there's a
That's
whole nother show
after
here.
that. Yeah.
And that one's called, right now we're calling it the Shit Show, but that one has various different names
And
depending on the.
characters. But
Do you guys have the all-in thing though? Are you when you do something? Are you all in? And you're all in.
He knows it for
I don't
sure.
have to ask.
yeah.
Yeah.
All in.
Can I tell you how all in she is when she does stuff?
Let's do it.
So two years ago, it's coming up on 2 years this month, the 26th, I believe, 27th,
I think it's the 26th.
26th. So the 26th. Shut the fuck up. Is it the 26th? You need to look that up, because that's how old Justin was when he died. That's his birth date. 26 is his favorite number. Can you look it up?
I think it is 26. I could look it up.
Because if it's the 26th, that's really weird. But it makes sense.
It's the 26th or 27th.
So 2 years ago, this month, 26th, she came in as a guest. She hasn't left.
That's amazing.
She has not left.
My house is in Texas.
That really?
Selling it. Getting a divorce.
Well, that's the yeah.
Moving back
I've been there.
That's what I want to talk
I
about.
was, I know,
I was waiting. I was
I've been
waiting
there.
to go there.
I've been there.
Because you did it in.
I've been there too.
I did it in sobriety
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago.
Wow.
Divided force. Divided force.
Wow,
It
so you
should have
had
ended
time.
years before.
Okay. I was going to say, you had a lot of time then when you got out, and then you stayed in it.
So I definitely never want to put my marriage,
course.
or my former wife in a bad light.
Sure.
Having said that, she was all about anonymous,
Oh, okay.
and she wasn't proud of it.
Sure.
And when look like what you guys have done, you can't, like, remember you told me he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was given abilities. I didn't develop them. I was given abilities
Yeah.
to do what I'm doing now,
Right.
and she did not want that. And she had married a version of me, which was I run a family business,
Yep.
and that was all dismantling. And when she was left with me, her exact words were, "This is not what I signed up for." And the beginning of the end started. And I was in love with my family.
Yeah.
We had grown apart, of course, like for a long time. But I was in love with the idea, and I still am in love with my children.
Of course.
But again, blessings happen from some of the most painful moments in life.
And you grow from them. It makes you strong.
100%.
Nothing can break you.
Nothing can break you.
I can do all things through him. He gives
Amen.
me strength.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And just because, obviously nobody I don't think likes divorce. It's not what
Of
how
course.
we were raised. Is my parents celebrated 53 or 2. I can't remember, but just
How old is your brother?
oh,
51.
That's
He's
good.
51.
51, so they just celebrated. That's a good way to think about it. Why haven't I thought of that? But they just celebrated 52 years of marriage.
God bless them.
It's rare. It's rare.
It's rare.
It's
Yeah.
rare these days,
It is
man.
rare.
Yeah.
My parents are.
Ain't gonna happen for me now.
My parents are fuck, not even me. My parents are 55.
Mine too.
Yours?
Yours are 55 years?
55 years.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that your gift is because now you have shifted completely and changed the way that you even what you do for work, where now you've turned into really being like, we're big on Recover Out Loud.
Yeah.
And everyone to each your own, and I'm totally for it. But for myself, I mean, all I can do is I would never put anybody else on blast, but I'll put myself on blast all day about recovering out loud and working a 12-step program or just being in recovery. But you wrote a book from a sick to sober Superman.
Yeah. So that was my memoir called Lotsaholic, because in
Which is
treatment, it was like everything Adam does.
Yeah,
he does a lot.
Hopeaholics.
Everything he does a lot.
Yeah, you're an all-in guy.
Yeah, all in. And the reason I was asking was what I didn't realize in recovery was that not everyone is like us.
Correct.
That there's a lot of sloth, there's a lot of lazy.
Yes.
I thought all alcoholics and addicts were like the three
Running
of
and
us,
gunning.
like all in. But I've learned quite the opposite.
It's probably just a small percentage of us, but like, you ever hear them talk about the guys the soldiers that go to war?
Yeah.
It's only a small percentage of them that actually
Yeah, that's true.
win the war.
Yeah.
That are like the run and gunner.
Mm-hmm.
That's us.
The Navy SEALs, the Jockos, and
Yep.
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah,
That's us.
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, all in, man. I like that. And I'm just all into this whole recovering out loud and building this this. I don't want to say just this platform because movement. That's the word I was looking for.
That's what it is.
Thank you.
It's
All of
very
us.
important.
It's super important.
It's a movement because
Yeah.
it does say in the Alcoholics Anonymous book and we don't really get a lot of like lashback with us recovering out loud around here, because I don't feel like we're violating the traditions anyways. First off, I'm not really up here telling you that I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous and you need to go do.
And this is the one way, the only way, and we promise you will get. No.
I'm just up here telling you that there's a different way to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still attracting, not promoting.
100%.
But
100%.
we have different platforms today. Could you imagine if they would have saw this, that what was going to happen? Now it does say in the Alcoholics Anonymous book, this is only the beginning, and we only know a little. I'm not quoting it exactly,
But
yeah.
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That was pretty accurate.
and I haven't even I'm a Narcotics Anonymous. You tell me about something out of the Narcotics Anonymous book, and I'm going to give you word for word.
Oh, you got that down pat.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's never been my forte. I've never been the person that can like read something, memorize it, and regurgitate
same.
it.
I'm
I
not-
wish I could.
Me too. Same
If
with
you
like
want
scripture.
what we have to offer and are willing to make an effort to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. These are the principles that made our recovery possible.
Oh, you guys stole that shit.
Yeah, it's like insane.
It is stolen, bro.
I mean, that's a little.
But
Kobe
but
from
but,
MJ
but,
right
what
there.
we say
Yeah.
in Narcotics,
offense,
I just
Mom.
want to say what we say in Narcotics Anonymous is if you say it 3 times,
It's yours.
you own it.
I love that.
That's
One
hilarious.
of my favorites.
Yeah.
Right? You guys
One of my
do say it.
favorites.
We probably stole that from Alcoholics Anonymous too. So
I mean, everything is literally like taken and just reworded by like a
It's
little bit.
one family.
It-
Those
it
steps
is.
are like
the steps
They
are.
are
the sacred path.
for sure.
They're such a sacred path.
They really
we were
are.
talking about that. Like it's
It's for everybody, and
100%.
Let's
Yes.
take step 1 and take out the word alcohol, take out the word addict, replace it with anything that you want.
agreed.
Yes.
Greed, sex, food, money,
Anything.
pain,
Anything.
Yes.
relationships.
Yep. By the way, I'm sorry, but
It's good.
it'll be a blessing.
It already is.
Good for you.
It's like
Good for you.
I feel bad that that's my response, because I feel people, almost like give their condolences, because divorce always is kind of like.
Well, it's
yucky.
somebody hurts in divorce, and that's like the hardest part. I think people
Yeah.
hurt, and somebody hurts.
Can I ask a question that's none of my business?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have children?
No,
Oh,
thank
don't
you,
sweat.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're good.
Like we're straight.
Amen.
You're good.
There's no kids, like no sweat.
Yeah.
That's why I'm able to.
You guys,
be okay.
there was not
like in a emotional.
what about the 2 dogs?
Well,
there was no.
technically like his was always his, and I was already like basically out here by the time Freya was like kind of where she is now, and that's been my dog. I would love to see him try to take that one.
But it's
That's what I
divine
will say.
intervention. I mean, look what's happened. I mean, I think it's pretty interesting that you guys don't even know how
Emily thought
quick
that
this
shit
show
was
is
funny.
growing.
Well, I think
There's a level of humility there. I'm interested.
I don't. We don't. We don't fucking leave. We don't leave here very often. We don't know what's
interesting
going
to me,
on.
though.
But I think that's like God, like the things that have happened in my life is usually where I know that it's him is because it happens so easy and effortlessly, and everything else kind of just like kind of falls into place. And that's kind of how I ended up here, is just like it just kind of happened such with ease, considering I lived in a whole nother state when I used to live literally down the street.
Amazing.
The irony is like bizarro, when I could have driven here from my old house, and then all of a sudden I have to go. God likes to do that to me, though. He likes to.
Yeah, he does that with me too.
You know what I mean? Where
He
I'm
does
like,
that with me
really,
too.
dude.
Yeah, really, dude.
But
I think Tim's story introduced me to this show
oh wow,
Oh,
2.5 years ago.
wow,
Yeah, Tim.
wow, yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I mean, so this thing has been growing,
Yeah.
and
It's
something to be very proud of.
Thank you.
thank you. I want to know what
Sure.
shifted you from like a corporate space into what you're doing now, from writing a book to doing your mastermind for people to you really going full on like, okay, I'm going to help other individuals and kind of pivot.
What was the transition like?
Yeah.
So we were selling the family business,
Uh-huh.
and I was a little confused.
Sure.
I went to my mentor, like, what am I going to do now? And he's like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, you're finally going to be Adam Jablin. He's like, you're going to elevate people to a higher reality. He's like, that's what you're all about, a higher reality. And I was scared. I was scared, but I dove in. I just went all in. And when I started my coaching company, the Hero Project, I think God kind of gave me a little taste that I could really do this, because by the way, I still haven't been able to mimic the first year, but I just went in and it just hockey sticked. I think God just wanted me to believe in myself.
Yes.
And things were just coming so naturally. And then after that, it started becoming like a journey.
Sure.
One of the things I do, like, this is the right platform to share it. I wouldn't share this on another
Sure.
podcast, but one of the things that I will say was the scariest time for me was in wanting to grow as a man, as a leader, as an entrepreneur.
Yep.
I went very heavy deep into personal development. And for someone like us, I feel I could speak for us,
Yep.
but I should just maybe say me. The thing that was scary about that was it's too much about the I,
I know.
and it's not enough God development. And my shoulders weren't wide enough, and there wasn't enough gas in the tank. It was all, now I am the voice, and I am an I, and I'm going to study this. I mean, I'm fire, I'm wind, I'm earth, I'm I. And it what happened over first it was a high, and then I was riddled with anxiety.
Yeah.
Until I had to like come home to be like, man, I'm an alcoholic and an addict. You know what I mean? I'm
I ain't shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't shit without him.
Yes.
And by the way, that wasn't what they were teaching. It was how I was interpreting it.
Totally.
It's how my ears hear things and how I just go all in. It wasn't what they were teaching.
Of course.
It's just my nonsense. So that was a little crazy for me.
Yeah.
That whole little journey. So anybody out there, if you're going into personal development and you're one of us, just don't forget your roots.
Sure.
Don't forget those, if it's our 12 steps,
Yes.
or don't forget who got you here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I mean that is something that I actually talk about often, and personal development books often leave, for me,
Yeah.
out the most important part of my personal development, which is my personal development started with pain. A lot of people's do, right? But through that pain, I found a God that I could do business with.
Yeah.
And because of step 3, I turned my will and my life over to the care of that God, and I do that continually on a daily basis. And he is number 1, the CEO and he is in charge of my life, all of these companies, her life. Nothing we do, I mean, everything we do, for the most part, except for when we forget, starts with prayer and meditation.
Yeah. Perfect.
Because I don't want to make the decision. You know what
Because we
happened?
will forget. Because eyes is very much easily for him and I as well.
Yeah.
In those positions.
Yeah, if I start telling you that I did this, and I mean, it happens sometimes, it slips out, and then I'm like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I just showed up. That's what I did. I showed up, and I allowed God to put the things, people, and places in my life that are supposed to be in it, and I valued those things as opportunities for me to continue to help other people. All of it.
I love that, bro.
I mean,
I literally felt like you were surfing life right there. I just, I got out of the way.
I get out
got
of
on
the
my
way,
board.
man.
Yeah, I love that.
Chad gets
that was
in the
beautiful.
fucking way.
Yeah,
dude.
Adam
Yeah,
does
for
too.
sure.
Don't
It's
put me in the
horrible.
don't put me in the driver's seat because I want to do everything that I'm not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be lazy.
Totally.
I want to act out in all of the things that that are self-serving for me, that make me feel good in that very, very moment. Like, I want to do all of those things.
Of course.
First and foremost, before everything. When I wake up in the morning and I put my feet on the ground, I want to do the wrong thing. I'm not fucking kidding you. It's like, that's why this time when I got sober, because my end was like, I was very, very close to dying.
Yeah.
In a matter of 3 weeks, I had picked up 19 charges. I had
That's a movie.
5 counts of assault on a police officer, a high-speed chase in a Lamborghini. I had been shot with a taser gun 6 times in that 3 weeks.
All in, huh?
All in.
Yeah.
Fighting with the cops.
Did you ever write this down?
I have
Yeah.
a book coming out.
Good for you, bro.
I'm on chapter 5 right now.
Please let me know when it's
It's
ready.
pretty entertaining.
Let's all promote the hell out of that.
Yeah, it's
Let me know when that comes, please.
Yeah.
We'll stay in touch.
awesome.
That's really good.
Especially because we want to go to the East Coast too. I love Florida.
Oh yeah,
Welcome.
we
Welcome.
I mean, we it was like last year this time we wanted to do a full-blown podcast tour in an RV because we
yeah.
had some RV friends.
Emily wasn't about it.
And I know she would
She
have
was
wanted
like,
to stay.
absolutely not. I need to be staying in the 5-star hotels every night. I'm not staying with you maniacs in an RV. It's not happening.
Well, we can figure something. Maybe it will be like a.
Yeah, we'll do a
We'll
little
all do like a Hopeaholics event.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
we'll
like
get-
doing that kind of stuff.
It's very cool.
It's something where hotels are involved. Right, Emily?
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
Hotel. Not
My Emily.
Oh, yeah,
here's the other
exactly.
thing.
The
She knows
Emily's
what's
I
going
will
on.
tell you though, we went to the Daytona 500 because one of our guests is a driver, and
Very cool.
we did stay at a motel,
Oh, yeah.
and it was
Good times.
Look, Emily,
Humble roots.
it wasn't the nicest place, and yes, those ladies were hookers, bro.
I want to ask
That's a chapter title right there.
Oh.
Yes, those ladies were hookers.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Chapter
yeah.
12.
That's really good, actually.
I could probably write a whole. I could
It's
probably.
a hook.
I could probably write a whole chapter just on the Daytona 500.
Oh, for sure. I could too. I'll add to your book. I'll quote it. I'll have some quotes, some good ones up in there. I wanted to ask you this question. So you've talked about performing versus aligning.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you or for you?
Yeah. So performing, I'll make it really, really simple. Performing is all about the outside. It's outward. Aligning is all about the inside. So there's a different version of Adam that would come in here and really want you guys to respect me and to know to have a good show and how is this going to go off and just outward, you know what I mean? Everyone to get along and out, and that's the showmanship.
Yep.
Aligning is, you come in with your truth. You align to the version of you that you want to be. You align to, the three of us would say God. So I feel like performance and alignment are completely different things.
Sure.
Like Kobe and MJ,
Yeah.
that was alignment.
Yeah.
That was not a performance. It may have looked like a performance to us because it was really entertaining,
Right.
but they were aligned. It was congruent. You know what I mean? It was congruent. It was internal.
Sure.
And they were letting it out.
LeBron James, he's performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
No offense.
None taken, man.
Yeah.
Around here.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm Kobe and she's Shaq, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I mean, and I'm MJ. So there.
I mean, I like that. And the conversation between like a LeBron or a Kobe or a MJ, like I don't even put them in the same category for me. Like I don't even want to talk to people.
I don't even want Nope.
I
doesn't
feel
work
like
for me.
Kobe and MJ.
The
it's
gentleman
1A,
that-
1B. It's
For sure.
The gentleman
Well,
that you
he
were
was
out
his-
there with earlier,
The LeBron guy.
he thinks LeBron is the GOAT.
He's an idiot.
I can't even like talk to him about it because
Me neither. It gets me so upset. Because I'm like,
I do
not
too.
even.
I was on.
gets
We
me
were on
mad.
this text thread, him and his brother and a few other people, and I was just like going off because you can't.
You cannot. You
I
can't.
liked him so much.
Yeah, it let you down, huh?
I like-
never
Sorry,
thought-
Andrew.
I-
Sorry, Andrew Marquez.
I liked him so.
What's his
much.
Instagram handle? Andrew. It's a 400 200. What is it? Drew 400 200.
Something like that. But
Something
yeah,
like that.
I
Look
can't-
him up.
I can't.
Tell
Like,
him
not
that
even
Kobe
in
and
the same.
I mean,
Not
look,
even the same.
I am 110% a Kobe Bryant fan.
I see.
He has, I've been a Laker fan since 1980.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. My dad was a physician. He was always gone traveling the world, and I didn't really see him that much. But the one thing that he did with me on a regular basis during the 1980s when I was, in my prime growing up time, was sit down with me and we would watch the Laker game together, and Chick Hearn would call the show, and it was Magic Johnson,
Showtime
Lakers,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Wow.
Yeah. Worthy.
Byron Scott.
Yeah. But those are
my
your
memories.
Those
Yeah.
are your time with
So
Dad.
I've always been a Laker fan.
I get
because of that. Kobe and Shaq loved them.
Yeah.
I wish they would have never broke up.
Me too.
Like,
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
we would have had 15 championships between the two of them.
Having said that, I don't know if the Mamba would have his legacy had
Sure.
Shaq not left.
Yeah.
And we,
Everything happened for.
right, and we got to see how special this guy really
Well, yeah, and then
is.
also Kobe turned into an animal because Shaq got his ring when he went to the Heat.
Yep.
And so it just lit another fire under Kobe. Like, oh hell nah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to let the Laker ownership not build a team around
Correct.
him.
Right.
Like, that wasn't happening. Because I think it was 2008, he demanded a trade.
Yes.
And then shortly
Chicago-
after that,
one
we
of
got
Chicago, I think,
shortly after that, we got Pau Gasol.
Yeah.
And then that
Which is a
changed,
stud.
Yeah.
changed everything.
And by the way, love Shaq.
I love
and
Shaq.
Dwayne Wade. Like I love what they did, but the Mamba's legacy, that's alignment.
For sure.
That's alignment.
Shaq also performed. He never played to his I mean, everybody says that. I don't want to go in too much into that, but
I know.
I
Well, I
do
can
want to
do that
say
also.
I
Me
do
too.
want to say though that I think that the GOAT, I'm with you. 1A is.
What? I thought you were getting off this topic. We're going back on it.
I just need to finish it.
Okay, fine. But you literally
Michael
segued
Jor-
until
Mi-
we were getting out of control.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
I think
No.
they're the same person at this point.
Kobe Bryant is right there. He's number
right
2.
there, man.
It's
He's-
their mentality that
yeah.
makes them the GOAT.
Yeah.
So now on to your next question on your list right there. I can see it, and you want to ask.
I do want to ask. Because now you have shifted. So, and I want people to know that, listening to this, they can get your book, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm assuming Amazon.
They could get it on Amazon. That book over time went New York Times bestseller. It was self-published.
Get some, Adam.
Yeah, I have a new book out
Ooh.
with my mentor, who is, we could say sponsored.
Yeah.
He's got 56 years clean and sober in AA in recovery. Excuse me.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know.
Yeah.
And but he's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Wow.
artist.
What?
And it's him passing down the wisdom to me.
course.
So I'm very proud of that. But
That
yeah,
makes
the
me feel
books
good.
are out there, and I'm easy to.
Yeah, because
to
you offer a
reach.
ton. Like for people that are listening, like obviously they follow you on socials, but you have a masterclass as well.
Yeah.
Rewiring Addiction Loops Beyond Willpower.
Yeah. The Addicted Mind.
Which is, Lord knows that's true over here.
Yeah.
You're fucked up.
I know. Hey, I work on it. Progress, not perfection, buddy.
Thank God, right?
Yeah, thank God.
Progress, not
Yeah, thank God.
Exactly.
Thank God, progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
How has your view of success changed since you've gotten sober? Because you were very successful prior
Yeah.
to even getting your, like you had reached a lot of the things that people when they're walking into sobriety hope to achieve, and you had all of those things before you got sober. So how has that success shifted for you?
I want to show you there's two versions of me. So, in honesty, the most successful I feel is when I'm so happy that I wouldn't want to change my life for anything. I just wouldn't want to change one thing. Like even the way today is going, woke up, meditated together, went to go to Gold's Gym, Venice, and saw some old school
You did?
bodybuilders.
Nice.
Yeah, and then drove here. Like I wouldn't want to change a thing. However, there is another version of me that always wants more. That always is craving more, be more security, more so.
All the things.
But back then, success was all about the outer. Just all about the outer, the home, the cars, the this, the that, yeah. And now it's way more about the internal. The internal.
I love that.
Yeah.
The only reason why I today crave anything more than what I have externally
Yeah.
is because there are things that can help me help more people by having those things available to me. Do I need them? 110% not.
And will you be okay without them?
110%. I have more than enough.
More than you deserve.
Way more than I deserve.
Amen.
That is the number one thing on my gratitude list every day is that I am grateful that I didn't get what I deserve.
Amen.
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 Because
Yeah.
But
if
Yeah, bro.
we all know.
we know.
I do. I really, really do.
I like
I
what
really do.
I really like what you said about having the two of you, because like we've had the conversation before too, where it's like you kind of struggle a little bit with it because it's like very happy and content with like where we are at now, and then sometimes get annoyed because we're always on the chase. But that's a good thing. I use it as like a you said in your book Superman, it's like our superpower because we have that all in. That's the ism in us to keep going, the drive, the dog, the one that wants more. It's not, I don't look at it as a negative anymore because I don't see it as like a chasing, like, oh, I have to have more to be happy. It's like, no, I want to chase more because it fulfills this need to give, because the more that I have, the more that I'm able to give.
Yep.
And it's like, that's how I shifted that perspective.
Channel it for the right reason.
Right.
I love that. And also I like transparency too, right? Because I know what the right answer is.
Of course.
Right?
We
and
all do.
you could sound like the Dalai Lama.
Totally.
But what I want you guys to really see me.
Yes.
Which means, there is that guy, the dog, that craves more, that wants more, but I do love the idea that when the motives are pure.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the motives are
motives are
Yes.
pure. I mean, look,
That is not look at me, look at me, look at me. Floss.
I truly love business. Like I love doing business, but my business is helping people, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Well, then selfishly, we are getting fulfilled because, like,
selfishly,
I work a better program than I ever had in my. I don't know what I started. I tried to get sober at 23, so however long that is, 17 years in this, like on and off.
Yeah.
Now I have the solid 12, but selfishly being a part of this and the treatment facilities, it selfishly feeds me because it makes me more diligent on my own personal program. Because if I'm not tight with that, how in the world am I going to either look at clients or talk about on this podcast with someone like yourself if I'm not working my program?
Yeah.
I'm going to hate myself. I'm not going to be able to go home at night and I'll pick up a news again over it.
Yeah.
I hear that. Yeah, I had a question for you guys.
Yes.
Just for the fact that you were saying, one time around, right? And
Yeah.
you had 9, and you had your.
I
But
had 3 and then
yeah,
fell off.
it's a deep question. It's not like
Yeah.
I want to really know your answer. But do you think God tracks time, or is it our human? Like, do you think God is like oh well he had like? Do you think God tracks time?
No,
No,
I think he tracks
heart.
heart,
soul.
Yeah.
soul. He doesn't.
Motive.
Time's only us.
I think so too.
Time is we do it.
I think it's like a way that we communicate, but I don't
Yes.
think he sees.
He sees
Oh, there
your-
was that. I don't think he's.
You had that
way.
blip right there, Chad, and you could have made this decision right
I'm
here.
gonna make you suffer for another 30 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
I
it's
think
like
you're
some
right.
human thing that we
Well,
do.
it does, because look at like 19 years you have next, and this is just a correlation of time, of using it as a reference, is that you're going to celebrate 19 years next week, God
Yeah.
willing, which is absolutely
Oh,
incredible.
God's willing. It's me. We're all
That's
worried
so
about
true.
it.
That's true.
Can you make
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
can you make it? Which is awesome, but at the end of the day, us 3 sitting here, all we got is today. So my
That's
12,
it.
his 8, it don't mean shit.
That's it.
It's,
You know what I
it's
mean?
awesome that we had consecutively stayed consistent for those 8, 12, and soon to be
Yeah.
19. However, it's us putting the number on
100%. And I know people with 1 year.
Yeah.
And they're all in, and they're doing
So
God's work.
right.
And I know people with 40 or 50,
Same.
and they're like, it's
Absolutely miserable. I
fucking-
don't want what they have.
100%.
Yeah.
And
I
it
mean,
makes me
you're
really
so
go,
right.
what's time? What's time?
Not a motherfucking thing. All we have is today. And what are you doing today for your sobriety and the other one and the other
Yeah,
guy?
like what
That's
have you
it.
done already? Like
Yeah.
I can tell you what I did this morning. I've actually told you guys already, but I read pages 83 to 88.
Just
Yeah.
replay the clip, please, Emily. Insert now.
Insert that clip now. And then I read Acts chapter. The one thing I didn't say is I didn't finish. I read Acts chapter 1 and 2. It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
What is your point in this story right here?
That my point is that what you just talked about, like
What he did today.
What? Because that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
If I would have woke up this morning and not done any of those things, I might not be as fulfilled as I'm.
No, you might
because,
not be as centered in peace. And
Yeah,
then you go into worry.
I had a nice.
Exactly.
I filled myself up.
Yeah.
We're like a sponge, man, and we got to fill ourselves up before we can go out into the world and give.
100%.
Yeah, or else we'll want to knock people out and then have bad behavior or say stuff that we don't mean, and then now we're gonna have to write it in a 10 step or 11 step, and then we'll have to apologize. I don't want to do all that shit. I already did it.
That's me. I say, especially in my relationship.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of self-care for everyone to get the right attitude.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot for me to,
Yes.
I got to do my readings. I got to do my
Dude.
prayer, my meditation. I got to exercise. Then everyone gets the
No,
good Adam.
I literally,
Oh,
when I was married, I would huff and puff about it, because I was like, do you realize I wake up at like the crack of dawn, so I'm on equal playing field with you. Like, you wake up and you're like a good person, like a decent human being.
Right.
Me, I've already done like 3 to 4 hours of work.
because
So
we're playing catch up.
Yeah. For me to just be like,
Yeah.
cool.
You don't want the other version.
No.
Oh, I don't want the other version. I don't want
Yeah,
the other version.
I sometimes do want the other version of me, but because
No.
that guy's a motherfucker. But
The guy's a
we
motherfucker.
don't, we don't put that guy in the cake.
I already heard about that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
How many lasers?
All
And-
in.
yeah, I was like,
what happens to that guy? Every single time, he ends up in the same exact spot.
Exactly.
yeah.
It's 550 North Flower Street in Santa Ana.
Yeah, miserable.
Hating life.
Hating yourself.
Hating
Yeah.
life.
We don't want to go
But
there.
that guy gave you a lot of empathy to help
Yes.
the people that you
He
I
sure
got to
did.
see. He gave you a lot. You can
He still gives
identify.
Me, he still gives me energy to content, because he gives me the energy to keep doing the right thing, to do because I don't want to feel. I remember my last day, just like you were telling us about your last day. I remember that day.
yeah.
I was in a meth-induced psychosis.
Mm.
Fucking hadn't slept in 13 days.
Damn.
Not healthy.
The bail agent kicked in my front door, and normally I fought. He was the first bail agent that they sent in, though. That was 6'5", about 280 pounds, and I was weighing about $130, all methed out.
Right. You were
I was-
lean.
I was lean.
Yeah. Fat kid was
Yeah,
no
I was just
longer
gonna say,
there.
no more fat
There wasn't any fat. There wasn't even any muscle
Yeah.
at 130. And man, I surrendered.
Yeah.
I surrendered. When I looked at the guy, I was like, I guess this is it. It's all done.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Maybe sleep again.
Right.
Yeah.
How about
And
look
here we
yourself
are.
in the mirror again?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like-
and
like what you said.
that's a thing too,
Yeah.
right? Being able to look yourself in the mirror. I find like not every day am I like
course.
stoked about myself. I was telling her yesterday, like I just don't feel good about myself. You know, not emotionally, just physically. That the fat kid came out. I looked at myself. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, but
You're-
then so many things
you're-
go into play. I was like, yeah, you didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
Like all these things go into those factors because we have, and that actually leads me to this question.
Sure.
Because we all have that negative voice, each
Yeah.
and every single one of us.
Yeah.
And when it comes to an athlete, when it comes to somebody that has to perform, we do have that like bitch voice that wants to tell us that we suck, we're ugly, we're fat, we're no good, we're not going to succeed. All of the things that are not true. But I do believe that everyone has that. I think this could be biased, but I think alcoholics and addicts, our voice is pretty damn loud. Hence why we have to work out the daily reprieve to quiet it up so that we can continue to like do right. So for our listeners, can you give like a tool or some type of advice that you use on a daily basis to calm your inner voice?
Oh my God. Yeah. So look, that voice, he'll hijack me.
Yeah.
I could be having a really good day and he'll just come. So first, I want to give 2 parts for me to the audience. One is once you get some routines and you get some reps under your belt, watch it because you'll hear it. And sometimes you'll start realizing that sounded a lot like my dad. Like you'll actually start realizing where you picked that voice up from. So after a few times and a few reps, watch that voice because a lot of the times we pick this up from other people and we took that voice on as our own. But for me, start with the body, move a muscle, change a thought. And the 3 of us like exercise, you know what I mean? But if it's not exercise, go for a walk, do something physically. Move the body, the physiology to get out of that headspace. That's for me personally.
Yeah.
Other than that, like prayer is great, meditation is great. And there have been times that I've prayed and it has left, or I've meditated and I've been able to quiet the noise. But the alcoholic and addict that I am, the way I need to go through the body. So move a muscle, change a thought, and whatever that is for you, whatever that is.
I love that. It
Yeah.
actually, Tony Robbins does like a really like change your state.
Yeah.
And it's basically kind of a very much the same thing. It's like the people have this such an ill connotation towards gym, but it's not. It's so much more than aesthetics. It's like it actually will change your entire mood. Or you could be worrying about something, and if you go for that walk, or you go outside, or do some type of movement, all of a sudden you either will get the answer, solution, hopefully, or you relieve yourself from that moment or that thought into the next one. Because we have, I forget, what is it, like X amount of thoughts a day? Damn.
I think it's 60,000.
It's something insane.
And then we repeat
yeah.
8 of them over and over and over.
It's
which
like
is
it's nuts up in there.
yeah, totally.
So I love that. What did you said? Move your body. Wait, what did it?
Yeah, move a muscle, change a thought.
Move a muscle, change a thought.
Move a muscle.
Move a muscle, change a thought.
Really
3 times.
through the
move a
body.
muscle, change a
And
thought.
now it's yours.
You own it.
Now
I
you
own
own
it.
it. Now you
Thank
go.
you, Adam.
But yeah, I'm a big believer in that. And then again, after some repetition
Sure.
and you get good, it's interesting now when I hear that voice.
Yeah.
How many of those thoughts really weren't me?
Right.
Shit that I picked up in high school, or this or that, or you know what I mean, or hearing we were the fat kid, or
Sure.
Elementary school, man.
Yeah.
A lot of it for me is just like elementary school.
yeah.
It's like, God damn, my head lies to me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You and me both, brother.
And
Me too.
I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't like it when it lies to me either way. I don't like it when it tells me
You're the
that
shit,
I'm
you're the
the
bomb,
shit,
you
that,
got
that,
everything.
that I got it all figured out.
Yeah,
That you
that's
know,
no
that
good
all you need is you, buddy.
Yeah.
You fucking you're the dopest motherfucker on the planet. You got this shit on lock. Look at what you've already done. Like,
Devil
bro,
is a lie.
I ain't done shit.
It's the
Yeah.
same guy. He's just using what he
Uh-huh.
can.
Yeah.
It's that same devil, that resistance, that voice that he's just trying to get us how if he's gonna do it through applause
Yeah.
and through like patting us on the back, or if he's gonna do it through like you.
I just want to know when
Yeah.
the motherfucker realizes that none of it's gonna actually work on me.
Never, because he's gonna keep on trying.
He's like, well, it worked on you back in
Yes.
what year was that?
Exactly.
14.
Mm-hmm.
When I
I'm
went
gonna get him.
when I went on a
Because
run.
we're as humans, we're weak if we don't stay on top of it,
Yeah.
and it will get you, and it will creep up on you. Hence, why we do have emotional sprees, is because we don't stay diligent. We get
Yeah.
too comfortable. We get too complacent. We like ease. Or I'm speaking for myself. And then that's why it's like I know that now at this stage of the game, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay I'm gonna stay as tight as I possibly can. I'll have my bad days, but
Stay
this
on your
too
game.
Totally.
This too
And
shall
my-
pass. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like that. You ever seen Brilliant Mind with Russell Crowe?
Yes.
Remember that movie?
Yes.
And he's
Yes.
crazy. And
Yes.
over time, he starts realizing I don't feed that.
Yes.
I don't feed the people. that
Dude,
see
there's
me.
it's we showed it in our house. Trina did. It's really good. It's like it's a TED Talk or something like that. They used wolves or dogs or something, or red and blue. But I'm always like, you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder, or like, which one are you gonna feed?
Yeah,
The
that's
good or the
it.
bad?
That's it.
It's like,
I can tell
feed the
you that
good.
the one that's the loudest is always the devil on your shoulder. That's why it's so important to slow down and listen.
yes.
Just slow down, slow your thoughts down for a minute.
Take a
because-
breath.
Take a fucking breath.
Yeah.
Because the quiet one is the one that tells you the truth. Always. It's quiet. It whispers to you. Like everything is gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like everything is gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
That still small voice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's love, right?
That's love, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, that's love.
That's what everything's about. Like God is pure love, like pure,
No
and like we're
matter
not none of us can even we can get glimpses of what real pure unconditional
yeah.
love is, and we can do our very, very best to show others that pure unconditional love. But we always have a condition, you know, because we're humans, because we're not perfect.
Yeah.
But we can do our best, and that love that you feel, that it only comes from one spot, one place. Call it God, call it whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's what I learned in Narcotics Anonymous. One of the best things I learned is like, you can have your own journey.
I think
love.
that's the most beautiful thing
I do
about
too.
our thing.
For sure.
You know, you can have your own conception of God.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the
too.
most beautiful parts.
Me too.
Spirit of the universe,
Yes.
divine forces, whatever.
matter.
You
It
know?
doesn't matter.
Because it
Yeah.
all comes back to love.
What
Yeah.
what are
Loving
all
one
what are
another.
all wars started on? Freaking religion, dude. Like, no, my God is right. No, my God is right. No, y'all wrong. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. Because if you're fighting about it, then it's not God. It's not pure love.
Right.
That's why I kind of, that's why I go with what you say now. I'm a follower of Christ, not a Christian. I don't do the religion thing because, man, still to this day, like, we get judged.
Right. Well, seek where religious people are right.
I
There's-
love
course.
that. That's
They're-
that's
right?
Yes.
the
We're-
part I read
Yes.
every day.
Yeah, seek where they are right.
Yes.
Yeah, seek where they are right.
Yes.
You know, so you're following Christ.
Totally.
No one better to follow.
Right.
No
word.
one better to follow. But he told us, I and the Father are one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for coming out.
Dude,
This
are you
was a
kidding me?
great
This is
fucking
Congratulations.
podcast.
like on everything of just your journey, and then also you walking through faith with everything from your divorce to you actually going into a whole nother avenue, being public about your sobriety, your journey, creating the mastermind, writing books. Like, that takes courage. And you wouldn't be that man today if you didn't take the wheels in the journey to sobriety.